Another tragic turn this flu season as a 7-year-old girl dies after testing positive for 2 strains of the virus. Tonight, her family still in shock over her sudden death.
An 8-year-old struck and killed in her mother's arms on the way to school. Why the driver's family is coming to her defense.
Just a day after the school shootings in Florida, a Metro Atlanta student brings a gun to school.
Live from Atlanta, 11Alive at 5 starts now.
This flu is awful. It's just to take a small life away from anyone, us, anyone. It's horrific.
First tonight, another young life claimed by the flu. 7-year-old Emily Maddox died early Thursday morning. Only 11Alive is talking to her grandmother, who says the little girl tested positive for 2 different strains of the flu. Emily's death would be the 4th pediatric flu death in the state of Georgia.
And tonight, as you just mentioned, 11Alive's Naima Abdullahi is sitting down, the only one to sit down with the family of the Loganville first grader as they grieve this tragic loss and share a warning for other families.
Oh, she was the sweetest little girl that you could ever imagine. They thought she had a stomach bug until the fever arose. And when she developed a fever, that's when, you know, they took her to the doctor. She was in critical condition, and she never got better from that. She took a turn for the worse. Her heart just stopped, and they was confused as to why her heart stopped.
This flu is awful. It's just to take a small life away from anyone, us, anyone. It's horrific. No one needs to go through this.
Yes, she loved Wonder Woman. And while she was laying in the bed in the hospital, I kept rubbing her head and telling her to get well because she's Wonder Woman.
And I encourage people, if anything, if their child shows any symptoms, get them to the physician immediately.
To have the outpouring of love, all the prayers, the people that I work with, there is great people still in this world, and we are overwhelmed with the amount of support and love that we have gotten. My son and daughter-in-law had bought her a brand new pair of shoes, and they were Wonder Woman shoes.
And she never got to wear them?
She never had a chance to wear them, so she will take those with her.
Such a tragic story. I asked the family if Emily received a flu shot, and the grandparents were not sure. The Tim Stewart Funeral Home in Snellville is helping to take care of the funeral cost, and the owners of the Hill Haven Memory Gardens is donating a plot for the little girls. So much support coming in. The family is just thankful for what the community has been doing for them since they lost their little hero.
What a horrible story, Naima. Thank you. We have a complete guide online to answer all of your questions about the flu this season. All you have to do is to go to 11alive.com/flu to find the resources on where you can still receive a vaccine. It's not too late. And you can distinguish between the flu and the cold symptoms.
An 8-year-old girl and her mother were doing what they do every day, walking to catch the school bus. This morning, that trip ended in tragedy. They were hit by a car. The mother surviving, her daughter did not. More than 40,000 people are talking about this story right now on our 11Alive Facebook page, sending prayers for that family and wondering what happens to the driver. 11Alive's Latasha Givens is live from the little girl's school in Stone Mountain. Latasha, police say the bus was stopped at the crosswalk with its emergency lights on when this all happened.
That's right, Jennifer. That's what police tell us, and they're still gathering more information on that. We're live at the International Community School where the little girl attended, and grief counselors have been available throughout the day for classmates to help them deal with the tragic loss of the student. This little pink jacket and pink tennis shoes are being collected as evidence in a fatal car accident that left 8-year-old Tulang Tha Ming dead. Police say she was in her mother's arms as they crossed the street to catch the school bus at Rays Road and Central Drive Friday morning.
Right now, we do believe that the bus did have its emergency equipment on for those people to cross the roadway.
Detectives say the driver of this red sedan is 38-year-old Ella J. Hugh Tessegay. Officials say Min suffered a severe head injury. She died a few hours later. She was a student at International Community School. Her mother has a hip injury. Investigators say the driver remained on the scene waiting for police.
She did have the green light at this time, but the school bus was stopped. The pedestrians attempted to cross the roadway, and her vehicle did strike those 2 pedestrians.
Tessa Gay's family came to the scene and rushed to her defense on whether or not she disregarded the bus signals. Her brother explains.
When the bus comes that way, my sister, she goes this way.
I don't think she not cross it. I don't think, because she knows the rules, she don't cross it. She got 2 kids too in the car.
The family goes on to say she's a responsible person.
She's nice and she's single mom. She take care of his family. She have 2 kids. She doing seriously everything because she have the responsibility of the family.
And we received statements from the school as well as the charter bus carrier that the driver crashed into, or next to rather, and we're told the driver will likely face charges, but at this point, nothing has been found. Live Indicator, I'm Latasha Givens, 11Alive News.
Latasha, thank you.
Tonight, we take a moment to remember the victims of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. This is a list of the 17 victims shot and killed by a gunman on Wednesday in Parkland, Florida. Today, 2 funerals of those victims were held. 14-year-old freshman Alyssa Aldaheff was laid to rest as family and friends gathered in a standing room-only chapel this morning. Alyssa's mother shared her daughter's dreams cut short. Alyssa wanted to grow up to be a professional soccer player or an attorney. And services for Meadow Pollock were also held today. Meadow was an 18-year-old senior. She had planned to attend Lynn University in Boca Raton this fall. We will continue to share information on the victims of this tragedy. You can share your thoughts and read the full list of names on our 11Alive Facebook page.
Tonight, Attorney General Jeff Sessions has ordered an immediate review of the FBI and its protocols after the agency admits it failed to investigate a specific tip in January. The tip said the accused gunman, Nicholas Cruz, may have been plotting a school shooting. A person close to Cruz called the FBI's public tip line, saying Cruz was acting erratically, owned a gun, and was making disturbing posts on social media. The tipster said they were concerned he could attack a school. That call was made January 5th, just 40 days before 17 people were killed in Parkland, Florida. Today, the FBI admitted protocol was not followed. The information not sent from its field office, or rather to its field office in Miami, and no further investigation was conducted. And tonight, Florida Governor Rick Scott tweeted calling on the FBI director to resign. Christopher Wray, a former Atlanta attorney, has led the agency since September of last year. About 30 minutes ago, the Broward County Sheriff's Office held another press conference to update everyone on the investigation. One of the biggest things he revealed, the Sheriff's Office received about 20 calls for service over the last few years involving the accused Florida gunman. He also said the school deputy, who is armed, never encountered the suspect, but he pointed out the school campus is about 45 acres. He also said, despite reports you may have heard, the gunman did not have a gas mask or gas grenades.
In spite of that, the message from police tonight in school districts, it is a simple one. It is called See Something, Say Something, and people are answering that call, with students reporting threats at 3 different Fulton County schools over the last 24 hours. One of them involving Northview High School. That's in Johns Creek. That's where Joe Hankey is live for us tonight. Joe, what's the latest?
Well, Jeff, it was 2 different social media posts that caused scares at a total of 3 Fulton County schools. The first in Sandy Springs, the second here in Johns Creek at Northview High School. The worry in Johns Creek appears to be an unfortunate case of 2 schools with the same name, 236 miles apart. A parent of a Northview High student sent our newsroom this photo, originally posted a Snapchat. The message reads, "Do not come to school tomorrow at Northview." This afternoon, Johns Creek police were on hand and parents lined up to take their children home early. A Fulton County spokeswoman in a statement wrote, "A social media threat has caused some anxiety at Northview High School. Fulton County School Police believe the threat may be aimed at Northview High School in Dothan, Alabama, but that has not lessened the fear in light of what happened in Florida." A pulled fire alarm added to the anxiety at Northview. School officials became aware of this picture after students and parents brought it to their attention. A similar situation happened in Sandy Springs after a parent once again brought a social media post to police.
Around 10 o'clock last night, we were notified of some threats that were made via social media, Snapchat, by a student at the Sandy Springs Middle School.
Police trace a Snapchat picture back to a 12-year-old boy who attends Sandy Springs Charter Middle School. Police say the snap warned against coming to school today and was first shared with the student's classmates. Officers arrested the boy and charged him with making terroristic threats, but not before it reached Centennial High School students, and the message's vagueness caused concerns at their school as well.
A specific school was not mentioned in the snap. It was just sent to individual students at different schools, so it didn't identify the school where it was going to happen.
And here in Johns Creek and also in Sandy Springs, police are saying parents did exactly what they need to do. They saw something, they said something, and then they let police determine if there was a credible threat that needed to be acted upon. Coming up at 6, hear what police are doing to track social media and the help they also need from everyone in the public. Reporting in Johns Creek tonight, Joe Hankey, 11 Alive News.
Copycats are everywhere. Another scare at a Fulton County school today. Atlanta police say somebody ran into Banneker High School to take cover from gunfire. That shooting happened off campus. No students were involved, and the good news here, nobody was hurt.
Well, we do have some showers that are moving in across the area, and we're seeing them right now. The moisture is definitely in place as we head into this weekend, and these showers do work their way in. So as we take a look, you can see the clouds outside as it's overcast as we take a look out over Noonan, and you can see that it is a gray way to end the work week. Amazingly, our temperatures, though, are in the 70s, made it up to 73 degrees today. So we're looking at those showers moving through as we head in through the evening hours. All you really need is an umbrella, I think. We don't need a big raincoat given how mild it is, but you can see the live sweep of the radar picking up on just a few showers, kind of nuisance showers actually out there this evening. And we'll continue to watch those move from the north to the south as we head in through the evening hours. So as you head out maybe for date night on a Friday night, just a few little showers out there, kind of making a bit of a sheen on the roadways. But other than that, it's going to be fairly quiet until we get to Saturday, and that's when the rain starts to move in, and it is going to be the 4th wet weekend in a row. So coming up, we'll time it out and let you know how your weekend is going to be shaping up.
All right, Samantha, thank you. Coming up, Governor Deal throwing his support behind expanding medical marijuana, something that has surprised many today. We'll explain what that expansion includes coming up in the next 30 minutes.
And Team USA determined to turn it around. After some big disappointments, Lindsey Vonn makes her debut in what will be her final Olympics. We have it all for you live from Pyeongchang, South Korea.
And as we go to break, here's a look at the medal count. Norway leads with 19 total medals. The U.S. still in 5th place with 8. 11 Alive at 5 continues after this break.